Through the manager, through the vice mayor. The logistics, it definitely wouldn't be because it wouldn't be, I think, safe for us just to have one entrance. So it won't be one
Yeah,
entrance. But we are working in the police department also is on the committee. We're going to be working on the logistics. However, this meeting, this discussion item was just to ensure that we did have the support of the full council to solicit donations for the utility fund. We didn't want to be collecting money and people to say, well, what did they do with the money?
yes.
And this is the first time that we charge. We're looking to just get the affirmation from the board that it is okay to solicit the donation to go toward the utility fund. We are working on the logistics. The police are involved in the logistics, so they'll make sure that it is safe for everybody to get in and out of the event. But it's a working, it's fluid right now. We're working on it, but this was the first step to grant the request on us moving forward with charging. We will continue to work on the logistics of it. But if you said this evening, no, you weren't charging, then we don't have a logistical problem at all. So this was the first step that we did. Talk to Councilman DeSomia about if we were going to move this way. So
Talking voluntary donation, or just nobody comes to the event unless they stand outside the
Yeah.
barrier so they can hear the music?
Here's my thought on that, Councilwoman. And I didn't want to get into that discussion tonight, but we can. I believe we had done this event for the past 3 years, and where it's been totally free, and we have brought class act to this event. We at a time where our residents need some help, and we're trying to connect the community with this event. We're not charging $50 for the staff, et cetera, et cetera. We are charging a minor donation of $10 to help our utility assistant funds, which we only have $5,000 in there, and we have over a couple hundred people on waiting lists trying to get this program to start. So that's just the idea. The passion about charging has nothing to do with, the amount. Obviously, $10 would not cover the event because of, the nature of the event and what we're trying to bring. We really try to help out our residents because we haven't solicited
I'm all for
donation.
helping residents. I'm for
Okay.
voluntary donations.
But Councilwoman,
Yeah.
if you saying voluntary, if you're gonna sit here and tell me you would help us raise $50,000 from your donation, that's one thing. But we know if you go and because we tried it last year, and I don't think we even made the acts of people giving any money. Because if you don't charge something, as much as we give stuff for free, you won't get nothing. So what I'm saying again, I'm asking this council, in order for us to assist the utility assistant funds, that we charge a donation fee of $10. Now, the logistics, if you want to meet with the police department and the staff and get over it, that's fine. But I'm just trying to get to your concerns so that we all will be on the same page.
I have a question.
Yes.
How much more is gonna cost the city for logistic if we're gonna make it a pay event?
I'm not sure of the amount that it'll cost for us to do it. It'll be barricades. Barricades are
You
probably
guys are
fencing.
gonna need barricades, more
And
police.
maybe even just fencing. Maybe we just do the taller fencing. But the police and everything will be the same cost that we've been doing, I'm sure. I'm sure it's going to be the same cost.
Okay, it's only fencing.
Probably, yes, sir.
Okay, I was going to shut my trap this entire discussion. I hate that fencing. Makes it look like a war zone. It doesn't let anybody on the outside see that something good's going on. When we did the beer fest a couple years ago, we had fences all around it. Just the optics are bad. So whether it's paid or free or whatever, fences, especially with those slats in them, looks off.
One
You
of
say,
the
okay,
idea.
what alternative do you have?
We'll take that into consideration and
type of
we'll work
fencing.
on it, yeah, to make sure that it doesn't look terrible like that.
But my problem is I don't wanna spend a lot of money in order to attract $10.
Right.
And now, instead of putting that fence money
Toward the
toward
Towards
that
the-
account,
Right.
we end up spending it. That's the other
That's
issue.
true.
If we're gonna spend 50,000 more, it's better to put that
Here's
money
what
in the fund instead of spending
That's
money
true,
for
too.
fencing.
Here's my
for
recommendation.
employees, for more employees, for security, for police, or all those logistics.
In order for us to work out the logistics, and we won't have time because we're already behind. So let's move forward with the library events. Are we having conversation with?
We're still waiting to hear from one speaker that we've approached.
Okay.
And email us back today.
And then we could do, what is it, Evening of Honor? Because, and then let's work properly to address her concern, because I don't want to move forward without us charging something. I'm very, adamant about that, because first of all, we can't sit here and say we're going to get something towards the utility program, because we're not, so I think that might be best if we, kind of do that like that and just move forward with the rest of and then we could properly, with his concern and Councilwoman's concern of the
That's
logistics.
not my concern. My concern is, let's see, for logistic, we're gonna spend $10,000, and at the end of the day, we don't make that $10,000.
Yeah, I don't think
It's-
you're gonna make the, go ahead.
That's my point. And
Yeah.
why don't we find other money and
That's,
help?
true. That's a good point, because,
yeah.
If I may, if what Councilman Biena is saying, let staff look at the logistical cost to see what the cost goes to. If the cost is an amount of, around that, maybe we just do the city donation to the utility fund.
Yeah.
And we do it that way, and we still move forward with the event. But we can also do, as we already planned on doing for our sponsorships, we can
No.
solicit our sponsors
Arthur,
to do.
we know tonight, as of tonight, when we leave here tonight, tomorrow, I don't know if we have a contract signed, we'll have a month. Yeah, we'll have a month. There's no way that we will make, and I don't think the type of events we've been, the quality of events that we've been, I think it's best that we address these things and just kind of, regroup next year and rebrand it. Because one of the suggestions that I had was, let's move it to the, what's the park? No, not
Clyde Pepper
Griffin.
Park.
No, not Clyde Pepper. Well, we did look at
Cagney.
Clyde Pepper, but the problem was parking Cagney.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was an event at Cagney. It's
Yeah.
already
It's
gated.
already fenced.
It's already
Yeah.
fenced, so it's probably putting something.
How many people do you expect at this event?
Last year we had about 6,000 to maybe 7.
Somewhere between
Yeah.
6,000.
It's out there. It's up there. So that's why the plaza is too small. We were looking at extending it somewhere. So I like the park, because the park, it's already,
But is it time to move it there?
we haven't advertised.
We have time, if
We
we
have
want to move it to the
time
park, there's time to
tonight
move it to the
to-
park.
Because I know if you do it over there, it's gonna cost less, since we already have the fence and the parking is there. the
Well, that
fence
was,
is
my,
there.
my thing was, we could use the parking lot across the street if the school board allow, that.
There's plenty of parking.
Well,
Yeah,
or
no,
the,
yeah,
or the high
library,
school,
all those, there's
um,
plenty of.
that was my
parking.
first, but then the staff did mention the idea of keeping it around
don't-
here
not gonna
because
go
of the
inside.
business.
It's
so-
dark at night, that's when they're not gonna park inside that
Yeah,
school.
so either
but
way-
we have enough parking.
But I think we have to realize what we're doing tonight, because we don't have time. So if we not,
If it's if you're gonna do it at Cagney, I know it's not gonna cost a lot of money, I would go for it. But if you're gonna block the street with all those
You
fence
can have
and
6,000 people
6,000.
Cagney,
crammed into the plaza and the
The
fences,
street?
and that's.
yeah,
So do you like the Cagney idea?
yeah,
Cagney's
Cagney's
okay.
Okay, Mr. Co-Chair,
Other
If
events
you've got someone
officially
to
in Cagney
collect
Park now.
6,000 tickets.
yeah.
it will be online. They'll just go to
Yeah,
Eventbrite
Cagney is
and
there,
so we're Cagney.
that's easy.
When
How
we
much
honor
do you-
Miss
How
Brown-
much do you pay Eventbrite?
$2, is it? $1, $2? $2.
Whatever,
It's-
no,
yeah,
no.
it's maybe
It's
$1.
1.5%,
1.5.
1.2, something like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay,
we could.
Does
okay.
this change
Yeah.
your motion in any way, shape, or form,
Yes,
Councilman?
we're changing the, okay,
Okay,
we
very
leave
good.
the
So we had
motion.
a motion.
I apologize. If we're going to take a vote on an item, then you have to have time for public comment. You have to
Okay.
open this up to the
Public
public.
hearing, Jim, we know Jim is coming up.
Jim Garrett, 11610
Come up, Maurice.
North Bay Shore Drive. First of all, the event should be at the stadium, North Miami Stadium. Okay? Hold it, we have the space out there. That's the first thing.
Jim, no.
Second,
Yeah, let's-
second,
I'm gonna give her-
second item. Second item, please.
Please.
Second item. We're charging for event. that we're sponsoring. Why don't we look at getting sponsorship, corporate sponsorships? We got Costco here. We got Artie. We got Lexus. We got companies in this city. Instead of the city staff have to take off their day or we have to pay, and there haven't been a cost analysis of what we're going to do at MoCA or what we're going to do at Cagney versus to if we have a free event for everyone and we get a corporate sponsorship. That's what we did at Florida State in 1983. We went and I got Chrysler $40,000, and I got $40,000 from a local bill distributor, and we bought in an unknown group from Britain called the Police. That was one of the 8 first stops in the U.S. That what you and with Eddie Murphy as the comedian. That what you would do. You get corporate sponsorships and you put them up on the stage.
Was that Gator Growl?
No, that's powwow.
Sorry.
Okay, please.
Thank-
FLORIDASTATE for state.
Thank
Okay,
you.
but that's how you do it, and you don't and you build goodwill with the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr.
Yes, William Prevotel, 11950 North Bay Shore Drive. I think it's a great idea. I think we should look into corporate sponsorship. And without selling out the city, at least on an event basis, it really could pay off and benefit in the long run. Thank you.
Public hearing is now closed. Can I hear motion on the item?
Well, yeah.
I
Okay,
think you
Councilman Desmond, can you restate your motion so that
I
we can have
forgot
it clearly
about-
on the
but
record?
Michael,
The
my brain
proceed
right
of
now.
the-
No, the
of the-
motion is to charge the $10
You wanna
towards
say it?
a donation goes towards the
Towards
emergency
the-
utility
Fund.
fund for the residents of the city of North Miami for Nomi Fest moving to Cagney.
Okay, that motion as stated on the record by Councilman Desmond, do I have a second to that motion?
Second?
Councilman Galvin seconds the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passed with a 4-0
So
vote.
if it doesn't go to Cagney, then this,
We go into to Scotts
the,
What do you mean if it
Okay.
doesn't go?
Don't go to the stadium.
There's no space over there at the stadium. We're still gonna need fencing.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate, for my report, I'd like to nominate Kenneth Each to the Charter Review Board.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin
Second,
I thought he was too, but I guess,
to nominate Kenneth Each
I think his term
to the
expired.
Charter Review Board.
How many vacancies do we have?
I think
And
I
that
have
motion
one.
was, well,
I
that motion
don't have
was,
any.
No,
that motion was seconded by Councilman
Yeah,
Dezume.
appoint,
no, not yet.
Laura here. Oh.
I didn't appoint Laura.
One conversation at a time.
You know I love you, Laura, but I didn't appoint Laura.
Oh.
He's trying to put words in my mouth. No, I nominate. I appoint Ms. Rosalind Philippe to the Charter Review Board.
Okay.
And let me appoint Laura Hill to the Charter Review Board.
Can you let?
There's-
That we have an opening for an at-large member on the Charter Review Board.
Okay, I appoint Laura Hill.
I'll second
But
that. But wait,
we still have another opening because I think. Can you listen? Do you wanna listen? They said someone cannot hold 2 charter position in 2 different cities, something like that, right? Like, does it apply to an officer? Yeah. That's when
We have.
I have to replace him. No.
He's on the charter review. I think
Yeah.
he was on the, what was the other board? He was on the,
Board of Adjustment.
I think it was Board of Adjustment that he was on. I think he said he was gonna step down from Board of Adjustment and then serve on the Charter Review Board.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you. I understand. Okay, I thought it was for the other position. Okay.
So, Vice Mayor, I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin. That motion was seconded by Councilman Desmond to appoint the following. Councilman Galvin would like to appoint Kenneth Each to the Charter Review Board. Councilman Dezume would like to appoint Rosaline Phillip to the Charter Review Board. And Vice Mayor Benjamin would like to appoint Laura Hill to the Charter Review Board.
as
That
an
motion-
at-large member.
As an at-large. So the motion was made by Councilman Galvin. It was seconded by Councilman Dezume. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passed with a 4-0 vote.
Do we have any report from?
Actually, I do. A couple of things. First, I want to thank you all for attending the executive session today, those of you who attended. Second, For all the residents who talked about the cleaning,
I
I
wanted
really
to
hope
say
that you
something,
come
Jeff,
to
on
the next meeting. Next meeting, actually, January is the first year anniversary of when we implemented the Clean City Task Force. Next month, at the first meeting, we'll be talking about what we've done and where we're going with the Clean City Task Force. Yesterday, for MLK, we did a Painted Proud project. I know I looked there in the audience, there was several residents who were there. I definitely want to thank Francisco Medrano, who put the event together, Eunicia Baker and Cassandra Timothy, who helped put that together. We had about 80 volunteers, both at the residence that they painted and at the park that they picked up at the park. We got some really good press on it. All of that will be part of the presentation next month, along with some other initiatives, which I think everyone's going to see. So really, for all the residents who talked about cleaning today, please come to the next meeting so we can show you the presentation and what we're rolling out. Thank you.
Mr. Attorney, Ms. Brown, the homeowner groups, what I would say that we do, and I know you and I, we've been having this discussion for a while now, that we take part of this Clean City Task Force and see what we could do on a smaller scale at the home level. Laura Hill and I, we went to the property that was being painted last month. It was somewhere in my district. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. The clean crew that we started last year, they coming back on Monday. So Monday, and we've been asking for them, Judy, and we got a couple of them that's going to be in the area. So please give us recommendations of where they will be, but they will be nice. The truck, are the trucks done?
We'll have the first truck tomorrow.
So they're going to be really looking good with uniforms and stuff, be out there. And that's something that we advocated to put in the budget. And it kind of looped in with the wonderful initiative that the city attorney is doing, the Clean City Task Force. So that needs to be commended. But that's part of that. So I'm looking at the homeowners group to put together with the Clean City group to go out there and do what we can for the community. Thank you.
Can I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you very much and have a good night.